Calling case number 2405-718201, people of the state of Michigan versus Eddie Floyd, the fourth. Defendant is charged in count 1, homicide, murder, first degree premeditated. Count 2, dead bodies, disinterment and mutilation.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Fedoruk for the people, P76177.
Morning, Your Honor. John J. Holler appearing on behalf of Mr. Eddie Floyd, who should be zoomed in from the jail. My bar number is 43344.
Okay, so I don't see Mr. Floyd here. Do you want to wait on him or waive his presence?
If you have a connection with the jail and it looks like they might be getting him, I'd like to wait a few minutes. If he can't be produced in a few minutes, then I would waive his appearance, but I'd like to wait to see if they can. We've got some other issues that we're going to be needing a judicial determination on those. Well, perhaps we can address those when he's brought over or when he comes on the camera.
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
The prosecutor has submitted a protective order. I think it's overbroad. I've submitted my own protective order, which is rewritten, which accomplishes all the legitimate purposes of a protective order. And so we have the battling protective orders this morning.
Have you discussed it with Mr. Fedoruk to see if you can work it out?
Yes, I have.
What particularly are you objecting to?
The protective order submitted by the prosecution is overbroad in the sense it would prevent me from discussing my case with anybody.
With anybody?
I'm sorry?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I appreciate Mr. Haller's, working with us on this. He doesn't have any objection to the redactions, which I appreciate. I think the only issue we're in disagreement of is that our order prohibits any disclosure of the discovery to third persons, and so obviously for the same reasons that we wouldn't want certain people to know identifying information, contact information of our witnesses, we wouldn't want this getting out in the public. I mean, for instance, it surely wouldn't.
What about if he wants to share information with investigators?
And that's not prohibited under our protective order. So he's entirely able to share the information with experts, investigators, with his client, subject to some restrictions with his client, but otherwise it doesn't prohibit that.
So what's the problem, Mr. Holland?
The problem is that, with all due respect to Mr. Fedoruk, I don't think he understands my position. All of those things that he wants to have a restriction on my disclosure to, I have specifically agreed to in 4 separate paragraphs in my proposed order, and I've written a very detailed 4 paragraphs that protects every legitimate concern he has. The issue I have is that, let's say theoretically, this case gets into the paper, and I get a call from an investigator or a reporter from the Detroit Free Press or on the news, and they want to know something about it. Without divulging all of this private identifying information or any private identification information of any witness or person, I want to be able to freely discuss my case as I'm entitled to do, prudently, with due prudence. Under the First Amendment.
No, sir.
So I don't think Mr. Fedoruk understands my position.
You want to discuss the discovery that you get from the prosecution with the media?
I want to discuss my case. I'm not protected information. No. You can read my order. You can read my proposed order, and you can see that I've protected everything that Mr. Fedoruk wants to have protected. If you read his proposed order, it would prevent me from discussing my case with anybody. And that's not what we do in America.
Mr. Fedoruk, have you had an opportunity to look at his order?
Yes, Your Honor. And so obviously the concern we have is, again, we don't want this discovery to get to, the person who lives down the street from Mr. Haller or anybody unrelated or, you know, not employed by Mr. Haller to perform some kind of service regarding this case. So we don't want this getting out to the media or whatnot.
I think it would be, if I may make a suggestion, Judge, have Mr. Fedoruk tell you exactly what is defective in the order by looking at the order and relating it to you. What he thinks is defective in my proposed order, because everything that he is concerned about, I specifically protect. Specifically, in detail.
So how does
Private
your
identifying
order differ from his?
information. I'm sorry.
How does your order differ from his?
Are you addressing me?
Yes.
My order does not place a gag on me from talking about my case in general with the media or any other person.
Why do you want to talk about your case to the media? You want to try the case in the media or you want to try it in the courtroom?
Well, I'll try it anywhere I want to. I've got the right to do that.
No, sir. No, you don't. Not here, you don't.
Actually, I do. If we observe the Constitution, what he's asking you to do is enter an order that's unconstitutional.
Well, I'm entering the order. You can take it up with Circuit Court or the Court of Appeals. Have a good day.
Okay. Do we have Mr. Floyd here?
No, we don't.
Okay. Well, if we're not going to get him, I'll waive his appearance, and I guess we can continue if the court wants to do that.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. What's your pleasure?
Well, I need to have the recorded interrogations of my client, and I don't have those yet.
And you are with the court's order, the discovery will be made available immediately after this PCC.
I just signed the order.
Thank you.
Get that to Mr. Haller as soon as possible.